Hello, sports fans. Jamie Hughes here for Hometown Sports Corner Sports Talk tonight. And once again, I want to say thanks to each and every one of you guys tuning in. Be sure to stick around for the next little while as we'll be talking some hoops. We'll be looking forward to reading your comments about the upcoming tournaments coming around the corner. And of course, may even get a chance to talk a little dirt track racing, whatever's on your all's mind tonight. Probably be a little bit of a shorter show tonight, but that's okay. Last time I said that, we went over an hour, so we'll have to wait and see how it unfolds. But nevertheless, we're glad that you'll choose to spend your afternoon with us. And we are going to, again, try our best to keep you guys informed with the different things going on and so forth. But you stay right there, and we'll be back to get this show kicked off after this commercial breaks.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. Discomfort. Ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Nestled in the mountains of Appalachia, along the Purpose Road, is a hidden gem, Alice Lloyd College. For 100 years, ALC has been providing opportunities.
Opportunity to learn from the best.
Opportunity to work for my education.
Opportunity to serve my community.
Opportunity to become a leader.
Opportunity to find my life's purpose.
Apply now to find your purpose at Alice Lloyd College.
Hicks Brothers Construction knows that and your money is hard to come by. That's why they pledge to always do the job right the first time. Specializing in backhoe work, septic systems, house seats, and road work. No job is too big or too small. Hicks Brothers Construction, a name you know you can count on. Call 606-785-4838. That's Hicks Brothers Construction.
Addiction is a disorder. We treat and we manage addiction like any other disorder. The issue touched me when I start seeing more and more young families fighting addiction, start having babies born with an addiction issue. When we have a great outcome, when we see that person coming back on their feet, working and producing and providing for their families. That's the best outcome. It makes you feel that you're doing something right.
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
Nelson Frazier Funeral Home is proud to sponsor tonight's sporting event. Nelson Frazier has the highest quality American-made funeral products, cremation services, mausoleum, and memorial markers, all with a family budget in mind. With 3 chapels located in Hyman, Martin, and now in Prestonsburg, Nelson Frazier Funeral Home is local people serving local families.
On streets of glory.
And a big thank you to my friends there at Nelson Frazier Funeral Home in Hyman, Martin, and Prestonsburg, Kentucky. Thank you to my friends down at the Bank of Hyman. We sure do appreciate them being such good sponsors. Frontier Behavioral Health, excellent sponsors of ours here, and we sure appreciate them. And then, of course, ARH Orthopedics, new sponsors, fairly new. We thank them. Hicks Brothers Construction, Kirby Hicks and those guys, real good sponsors of our show. And stand behind their work, too, by the way. If you need recommendations, come to my house. I'll show you their work. They've done a lot of good work for me over the years. Hyman Funeral Home. My friends up at Hyman Funeral Home on the bypass there. We appreciate them being such good sponsors. And, of course, my friends at Alice Lloyd College. Really appreciate Miss Jen Hall and President Jim Stepp and Chancellor Joe Stepp. Had a chance to sit down and talk to them some last night. Tough night for my Eagles. Lady Eagles and Alice Lloyd both fell to Shawnee State. But guys, if you had a chance to see Shawnee in the boys and in the girls, they both were very good basketball teams. And Alice Lloyd still got a few more games left. If you haven't been over to watch them, I encourage you to get out and watch Alice Lloyd. There's Lyle Watson tuning in tonight. Hello, Lyle. Lyle, want to know about 191 Speedway? Well, Lyle, let's talk about it. We'll look that up here just a minute and tell you what we can tell you about it. And there's my buddy, Kenny Mosley. Number 22 be going to the checkered flag before long. And we're excited about dirt track racing. If you can't tell, guys, we think, again, that probably going to go back for one more year to the old days of whenever I was in the pits filming highlights and interviewing and so forth. So that's kind of, I think, my plan this year. Had an opportunity to announce one more year for Mountain Motor last year, and nothing wrong, no hard feelings. I just told them last year when I took the responsibility of helping them, I said, guys, this be a one-year deal, and you have to find another announcer because I've got to do a little more with some cars that I'm sponsoring and some things that I've got going on, and I just can't be there near as much as they need their announcer to be there, not just on the weekends, but through the week and so forth. And so, but again, I'll be at Mountain Motor, and I'll help Donnie and those guys out any way I can. Now, too, guys, while we're talking dirt track racing, somebody asked me this past week, said, have you give up on putting a track in Knott County? No, we have not give up. Still yet working on that. Now, did I think we would already have a track in place? Yes, I did. But right now, some things. I hope you know that I'm a religious guy, born again a Christian, and I'm one of those fellas that I believe God's timing is perfect. And so if it's God's plan for me to be able to do that, then I'd love to do it. Or if he knows it'd be a little better for me to wait or not do it at all, then that's the way I pray. I pray, God, open the doors you want me to go through and shut the doors you don't want me to. And that's the way I've kind of always been about things. But I got a feeling that this is an opportunity for me to, at one time, I knew how to run a camera and do a few interviews. And so maybe that's where I can help the sport of racing this coming season. But I also have a daughter that's playing tennis. This will be her third year, sophomore year, but she's been on the varsity team 3 years. And I have every intention of watching more of her tennis matches this year. Then we also at Hometown Sports, if you didn't know, have launched the plan to cover baseball and softball. We're going to do a game of the week. And so we're excited about that. And we'll be expanding that a whole lot over the next few weeks. But my buddy Lyle asked me to talk a little bit of 191. And 191, one of the first things you see on their page, guys, again, is big announcements of some racing action. And perhaps the biggest race of the season for them will come with that Southern All-Star Series. Man, how cool was that? On September 21st, $5,000 to win. Southern All-Star Series. And that series got a lot of friends that have worked with him over the years. And they'll put on a fun show for the folks down in Wolfe County, Kentucky at 191. So Southern All-Star Series, check them out. You can go to the Facebook page, or of course you can go to 191's Facebook page. They have announced also at 191 that they plan to run Super Lates, UMP modified, Sport Mods, KDRA Super Stock 4 cylinders. They will run those rear wheel drives and front wheel drives will be run together. And again, that's at 191. And so congratulations to those guys. You can check them out at 191speedway.com or you can go to their Facebook page. Of course, they're located down in Campton, Kentucky. We're going to do our level best to break down every racetrack schedule, try to have their promoters on, maybe even have some of their drivers on as soon as basketball season's over. But Lyle in the comment section asked me about 191, and so we that's what we know about it so far, brother. And we'll share that along with you here on this night. You guys chat us up there in the comment section. Tell us what you got on your mind. Earlier tonight before church, James Sandlin and I went to Knott County Central, sat down and did some interviews with the seniors. Knott County has 4 basketball seniors, 4 girl basketball seniors, and 2 of the boys. And so we caught up with all 6 of them, interviewed them, and also interviewed both Coach Casey Huff and Megan Huff, and enjoyed that interview, enjoyed that time with James Sandlin as always, talking a little hoops there with everybody. And so we encourage you, come out tomorrow night. Knott County will host Jenkins. It's a doubleheader. Senior night will start at 5:15. Now, that's a little early, but understand, again, that they want to work with the folks from Jenkins. Jenkins, of course, a little longer, probably the farthest drive of any team, I'm sure, in the district, maybe even in the region. And so it would make sense that we would try to accommodate them as well and get that game going and try to get in and out there a little bit earlier. And so you folks be sure to make note of that, though. 5:15. If you can't be there, James Sandlin and myself will have that game right here on the Hometown Sports Corner. And speaking of that game and tonight's show, I want to welcome aboard our newest sponsor, Kentucky Farm Bureau in Perry County. Derek Boland has come on board. He's our newest sponsor, and we will load Derek's commercials into our computer stuff here, and we'll have them on the show tomorrow night. But I wanted to go ahead and give Derek a big shout out. And again, guys, we have plenty of content to bring you tomorrow night, but we want you guys to make note and come and be with us. Best way to watch those games is live and in person. But if you can't be there, the next best thing is to come be with us right here on YouTube and Facebook here for Hometown Sports. Now, guys, I do want to say, too, there have been some talk that Facebook may be changing their format, changing how they allow us to do these games and so forth. Just as a plan B, just as a backup, I'm really going to start pushing folks to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Now, that's not, I prefer you watch us right here on Facebook. I can keep the numbers better, and I can always interact a little better with you on Facebook with Messenger and so forth. But I saw some stuff today. I'm part of some message boards and so forth that led me to believe that Facebook will, in the near future, change what they allow people to do as far as live videos go. And so I would encourage you to, if you haven't done so, look up our YouTube channel. You can go to Channel 24 Sports. Channel 24 Sports. Or you can also, the best way to do it is just look up for Hometown Sports.
Customize and save.
Let me make sure I mute that right there real fast. Ain't got no time for that, have I? But if you look up Channel 24 Sports, you can also, actually, Hometown Sports Corner. That's the best way to do it. Hometown Sports Corner on YouTube. Or we're at Channel 12 Sports. That's my really old account when I first started in the media. But anyhow, if you go to YouTube and look up Hometown Sports Corner, I would encourage you to start following us on there. And that would be another way for us to bring you dirt track racing and basketball and a lot of different things. But, guys, before we dive much further into basketball, I want to say best of luck to the Hyman Elementary cheerleaders. Again, so very proud of those young ladies and their coach, Miss Chas Childers. The Lady Jackets are in Orlando, Florida. They're going to compete in the national cheerleading competition. They qualified for nationals. And I'm so very, very proud of those girls. And they are in Orlando, Florida as we speak. They will compete Friday afternoon. And so again, if you haven't heard, we are going to bring you that routine. So you'll be able, Lord willing, and everything goes as we plan, we'll go live about 11:50 from Orlando, Florida with their routine. And we want you, again, though, to send them some well wishes and cross your fingers and all that good stuff. And bring home the trophy, girls. Again, but above everything, first time down there, you all just enjoy the experience. That's the most important thing, is to have some fun with that experience. And so, again, though, we wanted to bring that to your attention and let you know the plan is Friday afternoon, about 11:50, to come on here live from Orlando, Florida, as we will try our best to bring you that. Lyle want to know about Willard Speedway. Lyle, we'll talk more about Willard and Lake Cumberland and Ponderosa and Mountain Motorsports Park and I-91 and all those tracks. Richmond, Portsmouth. You guys know me. If I'm going to get a chance to do this, then I'm going to go see a bunch of dirt track racing and bring the footage and the interviews back to you here each week on our show. So look for that coming up in the near future. But guys, again, I told you probably would be a shorter show than normal, but it ain't going to be that short. I've still got the top 10 to talk about. I've got our big-time performers to talk about. If you don't know what that's about, stick around. I'll explain that to you. We got a whole lot of stuff to cover. And so y'all just sit tight, and we'll be back after these sponsors. If your car's in a mess, take it to the best. That's Hometown Garage, located in Pine Top, Kentucky. Buster Sloan and Donnie Combs have been in the business for years, and we promise you that if the job satisfies them, it will you. For free estimates, pickups, and deliveries locally, you can call them at 606-276-1171. That's Hometown Garage.
Take the short drive to satisfaction with the Tim Short Auto Group. Up to 5,000 vehicles to choose from. Shop online or in person.
Hey, I'm Tim Short. I'd just like to invite everybody out to one of our 27 locations, or check us out online at timshortautogroup.com.
Take the short drive to satisfaction and bring home your new vehicle.
Hey you, it's me, Marcello. Are you looking for a great place to eat lunch or a dinner? Then go right now to Hot Rods. They have delicious pizza, cheese sticks, spaghetti, wings, a salad bar, and more. You can eat in, carry out, or get a delivery from 4 great locations: Heinemann, Hazard, Allen, and Betsy Lane. That's a Hot Rods. It's the best place this side of Italy. Mwah!
Dr. Fran Hughes is a graduate of Alice Lloyd College and Pikeville's Osteopathic Medicine. Dr. Hughes has spent the last 12 years serving the people of Eastern Kentucky and was most recently promoted to an associate professor in her department with the University of Kentucky. She's now seeing patients at Quantum Healthcare in Hazard, Kentucky, the clinic where she began her profession. While walk-ins are welcome, you can also call the clinic to schedule an appointment with Dr. Fran Hughes.
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
And welcome back to Sports Talk here on the Hometown Sports Corner. Guys, again, thank you to all of you that are tuning in tonight. As we do each and every week, going to look at our top 10 in basketball. We're going to talk about some big basketball games that have been played as of late. Since we were last here, several basketball games we brought you right here on Hometown Sports. I probably have to actually go to the video archive to be reminded of all the games that we've done. But we can remind you, of course, we had Alice Lloyd College and Ohio Christian men and women's game on Saturday. Then we had Alice Lloyd versus Union JV game. That was a fun game. Had a chance to get invited to come over there and do that one since we were last on the airwaves here. We did Harlan County at Knott County Central last week. We want to congratulate the East Perry Miners on winning the Perry County Championship. We've done that since I think last talked to you guys on here. So a lot of basketball. Had a chance to watch the second half of Buckhorn and June Buchanan girls. I went down and helped the guys do the Cordia Jenkins basketball games since I was last on here. So I've seen a bunch of basketball recent weeks. And we've been glad to team up again with Hometown 24 and Hometown Sports, a winning combination. And we've been really getting to see a lot of basketball action out there and a lot of teams. Now, with that said, I did announce, and we will talk even more about it in 2 weeks. A little bit each week, I guess we could say, but we'll have pretty much an entire show probably dedicated to it in 2 weeks. We will have our third annual Hometown Sports Corner All-Star Game. The Hometown Sports All-Star Game will come to you from Alice Lloyd College. And guys, the dates have been set. April the 4th, 5th, and 6th. That's a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. The plan right now is to play the high school boys games on Thursday night. The high school girls games on Friday night. And then we will be over there for probably an all-day Saturday event, an all-evening Saturday event. The Thursday, Friday is probably going to start about 6 o'clock. And then we would look for the grade schools to probably start about 4 o'clock on Saturday. Because, of course, there'll be 5th and 6th boys, 5th and 6th girls, and 7th and 8th boys and 7th and 8th girls. With the 7th and 8th grade games, it is already looking like we will probably have to have 2 games for each. So let me kind of clarify that. I know that I made that muddy as water. But we'll have a 5th and 6th grade boys game and a 5th and 6th grade girls game. Then I expect us to have 2 7th and 8th grade boys and 2 7th and 8th grade girls games. If I'm right and we have enough people to accept our invitations, we will definitely have enough for 2 in the 7th and 8th grade divisions. Can't accept everybody. Our friend Todd Meadows with East Kentucky Junior Sports and the guys that helped us we've called in the neighborhood of 150 plus grade school games, along with James Sallin and myself and a couple of other guys that have always helped us pick these All-Stars. We will do that again this year. And we hope to get as many in as we can. But the cool thing about the grade school, if you don't get in this year, you can work hard and maybe you get in next year. But it will be All-Stars from the 14th and 15th region. I'm proud to announce, too, that we do have a few athletes coming outside of the region, I think, to compete with us this year. In some way or another, we've covered them, and they will be considered for our All-Star games. But with that said, big time for our All-Star games coming up over there at Alice Lloyd College. We also made another announcement last week. We are going to do our first ever Hometown Sports Corner Awards Night. We'll come up with a bright name, not the ESPYs, but something like that, in which we will honor the Football Player of the Year, the Defensive Player of the Year, first team and second team footballs. We're going to honor our defensive basketball players, our offensive basketball players, our first teams, our second teams. And when I say teams, I'm talking grade school and high school. We're going to give away Athletes of the Year, Coaches of the Year. A lot of different awards will be given out. And so we hope to do that the same week as our All-Star game. But I said hope. It's a big undertaking, and I've talked to some people that have done similar things, and we want to do it right. But yet we also want to make sure that we cross all of our T's, is it, and dot the I's, I guess they say. But more about that also in a couple of weeks. With that said, though, guys, we thank all of you for tuning in. I'm going to break away for another commercial break. When I come back, we'll look at our top 10s in the high school rankings. Can you believe there's just about 2 more top 10s in the regular season? And then it'll be district tournament time and regional tournament time. And so stick around. I'll show you those top 10, and we'll see what you guys think and say about it. All right, we'll be back after this. Nelson Frazier Funeral Home is proud to sponsor tonight's sporting event. Nelson Frazier has the highest quality American-made funeral products, cremation services, mausoleums, and memorial markers, all with a family budget in mind. With 3 chapels located in Hyman, Martin, and now in Prestonsburg, Nelson Frazier Funeral Home is local people serving local families.
On streets of glory.
Knott County Judge Executive Jeff Dobson and the Knott County Fiscal Court is happy to once again be sponsoring another event featuring our Knott County youth. Judge Executive Dobson and the members of the Knott Fiscal Court encourage you to support all our Knott County youth in all of their academic and athletic endeavors. That positive reinforcement means the world to these student athletes. This reminder from Knott County Judge Executive Jeff Dobson and the Knott County Fiscal Court.
Addiction is a disorder. We treat and we manage addiction like any other disorder. The issue touched me when I start seeing more and more young families fighting addiction, start having babies born with an addiction issue. When we have a great outcome, when we see that person coming back on their feet, working and producing and providing for their families. That's the best outcome. It makes you feel that you're doing something right.
Hey you, it's me, Marcello. Are you looking for a great place to eat lunch or a dinner? Now go right now to Hot Rods. They have delicious pizza, cheese sticks, spaghetti, wings, a salad bar, and more. You can eat in, carry out, or get a delivery from 4 great locations. Heinemann, Hazard, Allen, and Betsy Lane. That's a Hot Rods. It's the best place this side of Italy. Mwah!
And yes, indeed, we do thank you for all of you that have hit that like and share button, and those of you that follow us on the Hometown Sports Corner. We enjoy this. I saw Sonny Huff tonight, and Sonny said, at the end of this season, you guys need to ask somebody that's in charge for a little time off and a little bit of a raise. I said, well, Sonny, we just enjoy what we're doing. And he was, of course, bragging on how much time we put into this. And I love bragging on these kids, man. And, with that said, let's look at our Alice Lloyd College top 10s. This top 10, first of all, will be the girls' top 10. And that's all good and well, but that's the wrong one. There we go. Same team at the top of it, but an updated teams list behind them. Pikeville remains number 1. Johnson Central, the Lady Eagles, in at number 2. Owsley County, number 3. Knott County, number 4. And guys, I really believe Pikeville and Johnson Central probably the top 2 teams in the 15th. And I think Owsley and Knott right now playing perhaps their best basketball in the 14th. Letcher right there with them. Purry as right there as well. And then we got Lawrence County at 7. Leslie at 8. I think Leslie's the team that nobody's talking about now. There was a lot of talk about them at the beginning of the season, but not as much now. Guys, I wouldn't count Leslie out. Lady Eagles down in Hyden, Kentucky got themselves a good team, and I think they can make some noise. Shelby Valley, I got them in at number 9. And Martin County, the Lady Cardinals, come in at number 10. What say you? Who do you think the top 3 or 4 teams are? Maybe you agree with that top 10 or you totally disagree with it. Either way, let us know what you think about it there on our Alice Lloyd College Hometown Sports Corner top 10 for the girls. And now let's also flip over to the boys. And there's the top 10. Pikeville with Mr. Big Time Performance, Eli Johnson, in there at number 1. Hazard and Coach Al Hollins Bulldogs at 2. Knott County Central. I know the Patriots lost to Martin County. Keep in mind, this top 10 come out Sunday. Knott County still yet, though, even after the loss to Martin County, I think it's a top 5 team. But Martin is at number 4, so they obviously probably will flip at least, I would think, going into next week's top 10. Pike Central in at number 5. Breathitt County, the Bobcats says, come on down to Jackson, Kentucky. Friday night, they welcome Knott County Central down to the Farcio Woods Arena in what should be a classic between Knott County and Breathitt. Guys, that's the WYMT game of the week. But I encourage you to get out and watch that game in person. That'll be a tournament atmosphere down there Friday night. Then Betsy Lane in at 8. Lawrence County been up and down the top 10. They're at number 9. And how about the McGoffin County Hornets? They are our top 10 again. Now these teams 1 through 10 were how we saw things Sunday evening. Since then, some of those teams have played each other, and 1 or 2 of them has lost a couple games, and so that's why that is the way that it is, though. Nevertheless, guys, and that's where it stands, and so we are there with that for right now, and we'll expect a couple changes probably. Definitely between now and next Sunday night's new top 10 that'll come out. Each week, too, James Salmon come up with a great idea of letting you guys vote on your top performances. And we list 6 to 8 top performances. And then you guys get to vote on them. And since we've been doing it, 3 or 4 other social media sports outlets have started doing it. And that's okay. Somebody said, don't that bother you? It used to, but now I kind of look at it as, hey, we got an idea good enough that somebody else wants to do it. You know? And I'm just glad that we kind of been on the forefront of that, I guess you could say. But with that said, this week's top performances. In the girls, congratulations there to the top 3. Miss Riley Jo Compton, 747 votes. She gets the first spot. Olivia Stanley from East Ridge, she gets the second spot. And how about Miss Kylie Gayhart, the senior point guard for Knott County Central? She finished 3rd in our top 6. So it's something else just to make the top 6, and it's even a bigger honor when the people vote you. Then once you get a top 6 finish, they vote you at being one of the 3 best. And so congratulations to those ladies. And before we go to the boys, let me also give a shout out to Riley Jo Compton. She scored her 1,000th point, and we want to recognize her for doing that. And then another big time performance by Mr. Eli Johnson that I talked about earlier from over at Pikeville. Mr. Johnson scored his 2,000th point. Now, guys, to get 2,000 points is crazy good. But to get it on a Pikeville team that's had all those other college prospects and guys that went on to play college basketball, for that accomplishment, it is something else. And so we salute him for that. And that takes us then to our boys' top 10. Congratulations to Pikeville, as they are the number 1 team. Actually, that takes us to our boys' top performers. There we go. And how about Mr. Carter Castle? Wow, he got the win. And the top performers, Carter got 749 votes. Evan Everso got 578 votes. Congratulations to Evan Sean. And then Corey Flincham. Corey finished 3rd in the contest. And man, he's done good and doing a great job representing the Wolfe County Wolves down there, as he finishes 3rd in that one. So shout out to him. With that said, I do want to also kind of tell you again, you can go each week and vote for the top 10. And then also Greg Creech reminded me, yes sir, Greg, Corey got his 1,000th point. I think we actually had that on last week. But nevertheless, it's worth repeating again. And mighty, mighty proud of him. Anytime, and I know Greg will agree with me, that kids can do that. Guys, that's crazy. And also, you got to understand, that young man, he's just a freshman. He got an opportunity to definitely, to say it mildly, he'll surpass that probably the 2,000 or 3,000 mark before he gets done down there. And they got a good thing going on in Wolfe County, and we're glad to brag on them up here on this end of things. But guys, you can go, as I was getting ready to tell you, and vote for this week's top performers. This week in the girls, here's your choices. Jaden Pente, she had 4 3-pointers in a game. She had 19 points and 8 rebounds. Spell check corrects it to Reba. So every now and then, if you see Reba instead of rebounds, I'm not asleep when I type those. It just changes it on me sometimes. Purdy Central's Kyra McLawrence had 22 points and 5 rebounds, and that puts her in the top contenders. Owsley County's Alea Lynch with 22 points and 3 rebounds. Kaylee Gibson. Kaylee with 16 points and 9 rebounds. She's a contender this week. McGoffin County's Abby Barnett, 25 points and 19 rebounds. She's one of the ones you can vote for this week. Riley Jo Compton, another double-double for her. 25 points and 19 rebounds for Riley Jo in one of her games last week. Zoe Johnson of Shelby Valley with 18 points and 12 rebounds. And then Mykyra Cotter with 28 points and 14 rebounds. Now, all you got to do is find that poll. It's tagged at the top of our page. And then when you pick what you think is your favorite performance, you're not voting necessarily for the person. It's just more like I'm picking that performance. And I'm sure a lot of people are voting for their favorite players. I'm not naive, but you can vote for your favorite just by clicking on it. And when you, I think, double-click it, it puts your vote in there. So that's kind of neat there. 2,500 people have voted this week. 260 shares in the girls alone. Now let's flip over and see if we can't, we got a little time here, talk to you about the boys this week. The choices for the boys, 1,690 votes. Evan Everso had a 22-point and 4-rebound game. Austin Spurry had 25 and 8. Corey Fletcher, he's on there. Had a big 28-point game. I think that might have been that matchup with Powell. Austin Sloan, he's on there. He had a 30-point game with 5 rebounds. And, oh, by the way, Austin's just a freshman as well. Parker McBriar with 23 points and 4 rebounds. Jack Rose had a 29-point game and 6 rebounds. Betsy Lane's Cameron Pente scored 35 and grabbed 7 rebounds. And Jacob Neese with a big 27 points and 9 rebounds. And again, for the boys, 1,690 votes. It's been shared 147 times. Now, I did get accused of snubbing a couple people, guys. 2 things. I can only put about 8, I think is the max that we try to keep it to. Second thing, if you tell me a player's got 25 and 10, then I'm going to go to the Kentucky High School Athletic Association's webpage and verify that. If I can verify it, then normally I try to put them on as I get them. However, I did have a couple this week, and the stats just wasn't in. And so I don't ever feel it's fair to not have a reason to help build the case as to why I pick who I pick, and that's how we pick those. As of late, I've been doing those, but James has helped me do them. And either way, we got no reason to be unfair, but just to kind of explain to you how and why, and that's done the way that it is. But that is our big-time performers, and we want to congratulate all of them, certainly for being big-time performers here in the mountains of eastern Kentucky. Do want to also congratulate Coach Kevin Huff's baby boy. He won the sign contest that we have. He had the contest in which the kids at Clark Creek and Hyman got to make signs, and we told them we were going to give away $100 towards a pizza party. And he won the big sign contest. And so he and his family, I'm going to reach out to their teacher, and we'll help them get their pizza party courtesy of Hometown Sports Corner. Guys, going to try to do some more things as we finish up the season. But we also just know that in the background, we are working hard on getting plaques and trophies and t-shirts and things ordered for our All-Star game. And we're looking forward to having a bunch of different media outlets this year, more than ever, to come over and be with us. Adrenaline King, I see he's watching. I expect him and them to be there. Good friends of ours, do really, really good work covering basketball action here. And then I see my buddy Todd Meadows is on here. And Todd, of course, won't just be over visiting. Todd will be working as part of the Hometown Sports Corner staff. And this All-Star game it'll be almost like Christmas for Todd. He's going to like the All-Star game that much, I promise you. As much as he likes covering these kids, the All-Star games is going to be pretty neat for Todd Meadows and a bunch of us. But with that said, guys, we're about ready to wrap things up. I do see on here that they say today is National Girls and Women in Sports Day. And we celebrate the incredible achievements of the female athletes. And we do tip our hat to the female athletes. And we want you to know that we very much appreciate all that you all do and so forth. See my friends at Alice Lloyd College held the Track and Field Media Day today. We're very proud of them and all their hard work with the track and field team. I know they had a showcase for the archery. My friend Jordan Burton works with E-Services, or the E-Team over there. And so a lot of different things going on at Alice Lloyd College, guys. If you haven't checked them out, we encourage you to do so. Got a few messages been sent to me while I've been on the airway. That's sometimes good nuggets of information that get sent to us. My buddy James Sandlin that always joins me. As I told you, me and James were earlier today we were together and we interviewed the seniors for some sports packages that we will air tomorrow during Knott County Senior Day activities. But James wasn't able to join me tonight. I understand he had a medical issue with his family, and so we understand that. He'll be back here with me tomorrow night, and he'll be back here again next week, I am quite sure. Lauren Short, you're tuning in late, brother. I've already done that, but that's okay. Lauren, just for you, brother, I'll do it again. Lauren says, how about the Hyman Elementary cheerleaders? Lauren, we've already given them a shout out and wished them luck, but we'll do it again, just for you, cuz. The Hyman Lady Jackets, one more time, are in Orlando, Florida at Disney World. Some of them sent me some pictures from Disney World tonight. And we're so happy that we could help them raise a little money and make that possible. But they qualified for the national cheerleading competition. And so Hyman Elementary cheerleaders are down there in Orlando, Florida. He says some of them is in Savannah, Georgia. Okay. And I know you, cuz you're probably driving a little bit faster than you should be. So you be careful through that Savannah area especially. You'll see lights, and they won't be coming from the Disney rides. But have fun, and you wish all of them the best of luck from us. Tell them that I was bragging on them and talking about them real good here on Hometown Sports Corner. And as we said, we're going to try our best to bring you their routine, their cheer, at about 11:50 on Friday afternoon. So I'm so very, 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 very proud of those kids. There's about 4 of them, including Lauren's daughter, that go to our church for the youth group and vacation Bible schools. And I'm mighty proud of them. I don't even know if they realize how big a deal this is, that they are getting to represent all of Eastern Kentucky on a national ESPN televised event. And so that's neat. That's a neat deal there, no doubt about it. But guys, as we wrap things up here, I did have, while we were on the air, I've got 3 coaches that sent me their nominees for our All-Star games. I thank you for that. I want you to continue to do that. I got to get those in the next week or so. I'm not going to, he says 11:50. Right, maybe a little earlier. So they'll go live on, we've got it set up where they can go live on Hometown Sports just about 5 minutes before the girls take the stage. And they'll be able to show you the crowd and everything. And we'll be happy to do that for those that can't make it. Now, those that can, they're already probably at least down to Savannah, sounds like. And that's a neat deal there. But as I said earlier, all of you all-star, all of you coaches that have players that you want to nominate, do that. Send me a message. Send James Sandlin a message. We're forwarding those back and forth. And like I said, we have about 5 other people that are going to help us once we get the list, consolidate it down as much as we can to send the invitations out. Now, here's what happens every year, and that's okay. I sent invitations out last year, and a couple guys said, hey, man, we play travel ball, and we're going to be in Tennessee that week. Well, obviously, that's why you're an all-star. You play hard, and you put a lot of time in your game. We understand that. If you know ahead of time that you can't be there, all I've ever asked is to tell me so we don't hold your spot when another kid could take it. And so we had that happen last year. We had some kids that said, I can't make it. And so I said, well, it's okay. I've got a list of 2 pages long that I can invite in your place. And we did. And in fact, we invited a guy that played in the freshman-sophomore game, and he probably was the 3rd best player in the game. He was an alternate, but he had a perfect attitude about it. And he said, man, I want to play. And I said, well, bring your jersey and come on. 2 days before the All-Star game, we reached out to him, and he said, yeah, I'll be there. And he, like I said, he was probably maybe the 2nd best player in the game, but certainly top 3. And so that happens sometimes. And we'll look forward to that. As we get the list, we will work hard. I want to get the invites out to you I'd like to do that before the district tournament, to be quite honest with you. The regional tournament, for those that don't know, region this year for the boys is in Powell County. And the girls, it's in Estill County. Now, I love the people on that side of the region, and they deserve the same shake and as fair advantage as everybody else does. But for us in Knott County, it's going to be a drive. To drive it one night, go to Powell, and the next night go to Estill. I'll have the brackets and a little more information about that next week. For those of you that have stuck around to the last few minutes, I'm a little aggravated in the fact that if what I hear is true, the Final Fours may be played on the same day. I don't like that. I feel like that can be avoided. That should be avoided. If I had a girl that was cheerleading and she cheered for the boys, and then I had another daughter that was playing and she played in the regional tournament, then I would really have problems with the fact that somebody couldn't pull this off to where they don't have to play on the same day. Now, you think about that, okay? Or if it's your senior year and your girls' team's playing in Powell, or Estill it would be, and your boys' teams, your brothers, as you call them, that you've been through grade school and high school together with, they're playing in Powell. Where you going to go? Who you going to pick? There's too many weekends out there for the Kentucky High School Athletic Association and the 14th region and whoever else is helping make the decisions not to be able to avoid this. But that's my soapbox, and probably won't be the last time you'll hear me say that, though. But we again encourage you guys to check that out. Somebody asked me earlier, are we going to do any more grade school games? Todd Meadows will do basketball games year long. You better believe it. There are a lot of quality basketball games being played at the Sportsplex. And so from time to time, we'll have some boys games on here and some girls games on here. I think some of you are already missing grade school basketball, and that's okay. I understand it. But I said that to say this. You need to be following our page. That's just not a sales pitch, guys. If you follow our page, anytime we go live with those games, you'll know it. You'll get an alert, and you can say, hey, I couldn't make the game, but they brought the game to me. Same deal again with Hometown Sports Corner YouTube page. You very seldom ever hear me talk about the YouTube page. I did get some emails today that lead me to believe that there could be a time in the near future that these games have to be published on YouTube. Facebook is actively changing some things, and that will be our plan B. We would not stop doing what we're doing. We do have the cable network that they've been kind enough to let us broadcast on this year. We have the radio stations. But I am also smart enough, and I have the numbers. I can pull them up as I see Todd back on here again. Also, Todd and I can see our numbers. We know where our audiences are, what our demographics, I guess what they call it, are. I can even tell you whether or not the age group, who's the normal age group to watch our shows, and what counties we get our biggest volume of viewers from. And so that's why I like Facebook. I know the ins and outs to it. But with that said, we will have our YouTube channel set up, and that'll be there as well for you folks. So if nothing else, I'd take time out to look it up. Just go to YouTube, and in the search engine, you'll be able to search Hometown Sports Corner. The 3 different words, Hometown, one word, Sports Corner. That'll bring you to our page, and just subscribe to it. That way, if things were to go like some think they will, and Facebook changes how we can do these videos, then we'll still have it there. But guys, that's going to wrap us up. I do see East Kentucky Junior Sports says the Pike County tournament next week for the A team. So Todd has covered Floyd County, Johnson, I think, and now obviously in Pike County. And we done the Perry County and the Knott County one. Letcher County, I feel confident that we will be there for yours next year. We've got some things lined up, and that'll make things possible for us to get to do Letchers. So stick around. We got some more growing to do, a lot more to talk about and do. But I have some editing I have to do. I've got to finish that Kentucky Farm Bureau commercial. I got to download that into the software here so we can say thanks to Derek Boland and Kentucky Farm Bureau over in Perry County, our newest sponsor. Also, thanks again to all of our sponsors. Derek Boland with Kentucky Farm Bureau, Hot Rods Pizza, Tim Short Automotive, Nelson Fraser Funeral Home, Hometown Detailing. Check them out. That's my cousin Donnie Combs and Buster Sloan. Do a great job detailing cars. They'll pick your car up and bring it back to you. Primary Care Centers, the Bank of Hyman, Quantum Healthcare, and my wife, Dr. Fran Hughes, Frontier Behavioral Health, the Knott County Fiscal Court, Hicks Brothers Construction, Alice Lloyd College, Hyman Funeral Home, Chad Conley Insurance, and ARH Orthopedics. And so we said all that to say one more time, thanks to all of them, thanks to you, the fans. As Lauren says, we will have that. He says it may be a little sooner. So be looking, take your lunch break about 15 till 12, 11:45 even. But the schedule has them to cheerlead in Orlando, Florida at 11:55. Either way, we're going to try our best to have that for you here Friday afternoon. Tomorrow night at 5:15, we'll begin our coverage of the of the Knott County Central senior activities. I got Alice Lloyd on the brain tonight. But that'll be there. And then Knott County and Breathitt Friday night. I'm not sure we're going to get a cover of that game. It is the WYMT game of the week. And so that might not be a possibility for us. If it's not, I understand it. But if it is, we'll be there. Either way, it'd be a great game. And we look forward and wish them all the best of luck. Until next week, though, you guys be real good sports fans. We'll see you around the corner on Hometown Sports Corner. Good night. God bless you, everyone.
Chad Conley and Conley Insurance Group is your local provider for all your supplemental and life insurance needs. Protection when you need it, peace of mind when you don't. They proudly support all of our youth in this region and wish each team and the athletes a successful and healthy season. Once again, for all your insurance needs, see Chad Conley and Conley Insurance Group.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Hyman Funeral Services also provides a professional, respectful disinterment and reinterment service that would allow you to move your loved one to the beautiful Mountain Memory Gardens in Hyman, where the grave site will never go unmowed and uncared for again. Mountain Memory Gardens provide Hyman Funeral Services also provides a professional, respectful disinterment and reinterment service that would allow you to move your loved one to the beautiful Mountain Memory Gardens in Hyman, where the grave site will never go unmowed and uncared for again. Mountain Memory Gardens provides beautiful grave plots that can be reserved for every family member. Bethel Mausoleum also offers the most state-of-the-art crypts in Kentucky, should you prefer to have a final resting place other than in-ground burial. All these decisions can be made in advance too, so you can relieve your family of the burden of wondering what you would want. Give us a call today at 606-785-3133. Hyman Funeral Service offers this complete package.
Nestled in the mountains of Appalachia, along the Purpose Road, is a hidden gem, Alice Lloyd College. For 100 years, ALC has been providing opportunities.
Opportunity to learn from the best.
Opportunity to work for my education.
Opportunity to serve my community.
Opportunity to become a leader. Opportunity to find my life's purpose.
Apply now to find your purpose at Alice Lloyd College.
Hicks Brothers Construction knows that times are tough and your money is hard to come by. That's why they pledge to always do the job right the first time. Specializing in backhoe work, septic systems, house seats, and road work. No job is too big or too small. Hicks Brothers Construction, a name you know you can count on. Call 606-785-4838. That's Hicks Brothers Construction.
Addiction is a disorder. We treat and we manage addiction like any other disorder. The issue touched me when I start seeing more and more young families fighting addiction, start having babies born with an addiction issue. When we have a great outcome, when we see that person coming back on their feet, working and producing and providing for their families. That's the best outcome. It makes you feel that you're doing something right.
Knott County Judge Executive Jeff Dobson and the Knott County Fiscal Court is happy to once again be sponsoring another event featuring our Knott County youth. Judge Executive Dobson and the members of the Knott Fiscal Court encourage you to support all our Knott County youth in all of their academic and athletic endeavors. That positive reinforcement means the world to these student athletes. This reminder from Knott County Judge Executive Jeff Dobson and the Knott County Fiscal Court.
Nelson Frazier Funeral Home is proud to sponsor tonight's sporting event. Nelson Frazier has the highest quality American-made funeral products, cremation services, mausoleum, and memorial markers, all with a family budget in mind. With 3 chapels located in Hyman, Martin, and now in Prestonsburg. Nelson Frazier Funeral Home is local people serving local families.
On streets of glory.
Hey you, it's me, Marcello. Are you looking for a great place to eat lunch or a dinner? Then go right now to Hot Rods. They have delicious pizza, cheese sticks, spaghetti, wings, a salad bar, and more. You can eat in, carry out, or get a delivery from 4 great locations. Heinemann, Hazard, Allen, and Betsy Lane. That's a Hot Rods. It's the best place this side of Italy. Mwah!
Take the short drive to satisfaction with the Tim Short Auto Group. Up to 5,000 vehicles to choose from. Shop online or in person.
Hey, I'm Tim Short. I'd just like to invite everybody out to one of our 27 locations, or check us out online at timshortautogroup.com.
Take the short drive to satisfaction and bring home your new vehicle.
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
If your car's in a mess, take it to the best. That's Hometown Garage, located in Pine Top, Kentucky. Buster Sloan and Donnie Combs have been in the business for years, and we promise you that if the job satisfies them, it will you. For free estimates, pickups, and deliveries locally, you can call them at 606-276-1171. That's Hometown Garage.